Streets is a really big map, especially talking about game modes like Oddball. So, and we're seeing here that the grenades are starting to make some kind of appearance here. But honestly, it all depends on who gets the rockets. And we see that
Yeah.
Killing Sweat has the rockets, so it's going to be maybe a huge deal breaker for the opposing team.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't have anybody really until his teammate just came there to help him out. Having rockets and ball in the hand at the same time is never going to be a good combo. He whiffs on the first rocket and he gets taken out, which is pretty tragic for his team there. So we're looking at El Momer. He's trying to apply some pressure here on back A, kind of break up the hold. He's got a little of the shotgun here, and no one's really been able to wrestle any control here until just recently. Now as here we are with I forgot the team names now. Sorry. First Minion, yeah. So First Minion, there's no real hold here. Everybody's kind of like flying around, slaying back and forth. No one's been able to take control of the map, and it's be interesting.
Like you mentioned, who gets more time on rockets, who gets more time on the ball, well, especially on the ball, since that's like the main goal. Of course, it's going to be a little bit difficult for these teams as they're just being constantly aggressive for them. So for them to being able to maybe, let's say, eDivided, try to go for a really aggressive approach, it could be a game changer, honestly. It all depends on how they are able to, like we're seeing here, like Jay just gets a nice kill right there through mid. Rockets are on side, and of course it's going to be the First Minion team that will grab them. Maybe they will able to get some advantage from this, as they are completely holding the ball here. We get a nice kill from DC Mike here. But of course, a little bit checking those corners on PD is going to be really difficult for them, as he will get taken down. Of course, everything can happen, and my voice is cracking, so...
Yeah, I mean, DC Mike did a good job. The side of First Minion was able to get the ball there and, get the rockets, but, it didn't result in any time, right? They're just, the Slays are just kind of going back and forth, and, it's close, right? A 20-point game here. No, great setup has happened yet. So, I have two fairly evenly matched teams so far, which, makes it for, a competitive game. And it's hard for any team to wrestle control. And the first team that kind of gets that hold, I think is probably going to be the one that probably puts this round away. As we're kind of running a little bit low on time. We're not in the emergency section of that, but it's close. It's close. Not a lot of. There's been a lot of ball time on the ground, but DC Mike's picked up the ball. They have a fairly good hold here, and they put a decent amount of time on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, the ball has been a lot of time on the floor, but its minions are trying to grab it, and of course we see that nice stick. What a way to go out there, getting that kill on Momer. Momer here with just 0 kills so far. Even we are this deep into the first game. It's going to be quite difficult. Rockets will be in about 10 seconds, and of course the ball, yes, it's yet to be grabbed. But of course, the clear advantage is for the team of First Minion, as they have quite the lead, and they're still pushing for it. Let's remember, Oddball has 2 rounds in this first game, so it's going to it really it's a really heavy game.
Yeah, and with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left, the Rockets here to Psychosis. He's going to get a couple of slays here, I would hope. He doesn't get the kill, but his teammates did. So this is going to be their moment to come back, right? They got the Bulldog, they got the Rockets, they got, so this is their chance to, get some time, get a setup. They're kind of stuck here on this B side. They haven't really rotated the ball as, the other team is spawned now and C. They should have rotated that probably a little bit quicker day. It looks like they're doing that now. And, 3 go down, though, for the other side, which is, I believe, First Minion. And we're just kind of back and forth, and they're back in this game, right? I mean, it was looking a little bit bleak for them early on.
Yeah, they started a little bit iffy. They started a little bit with some difficulties, but now they have recovered, and it's just a matter of time until they are able to reach and able surpass First Minion here. There's a little bit of 1v1s, but yet not that much happening. We see Mike falling there. Of course, now the advantage is clearly for eDivided, as they are just approaching the 90-second mark. This could be huge, as they are able to... They're about to take the first round here. Only 10 seconds left, and the First Minion wants to get this round. Well, they need to steal it, but just like that, Mike comes in with a powerful double, and on the last second,
Big
they're going to
kill.
take that ball.
This is going to be important. You know, that's a 1 second. They have to play perfect Halo from here on out. They got to get the hold. It's good for Psychosis that he's able to pick up the Bulldog, but he's going to be taken out. And we're looking at, you know, maybe they're going to steal the round. Like you were saying, it looked like eDivided was going to steal it, and now all of a sudden First Minion has wrestled control and has a setup. As Killing Swat's probably going to have to take both these guys down if he wants to get it, and he's not there in time. And what a back and forth game we have, a 199 first round of oddball. Good start to the night.
Absolutely, great start here with a really intense and close round. The first Minion just completely stealing this first round of oddball. Quite the opposite, because it seemed that eDivided was able to just straight up rob the First Minion from that ball, but somehow they were able to recover, and they did pretty well. I mean, they recovered from a deficit of like what, 25, 30 points. So that was a really great play from the team. And of course, teamwork in this game is really essential. It's honestly all that dictates how would this go. And since now First Minion has the momentum, I think it's pretty safe to say that they will try to go as much of an aggressive approach, but at the same time trying to go for the defensive, since you know eDivided has the pressure that they need to win this next round in order to be put on a tie.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the beginning of the first round, you know, kind of back and forth slays, no real, you know, solidified setup, which, you know, you kind of want to see that as a team to get an early setup, especially when you get the rockets like eDivided did. You know, you would have hoped that you could have gotten a little bit more time, but they are starting to pile up the time now. As there, it looks like it's going to be a 3-man push coming through Cafe to the side of First Minion, and they're aware of it, and they're going to take a few of them down. But no, Thurman Merman is able to play his life here, which is very important. You know, sometimes you may not get the slays and you may not get the power weapon, but if you just play and are a distraction, it just delays that team from pushing, you know, the objective for that extra couple seconds that may allow you to get the ball rotated out, which they're not able to do yet. But, you know, they're holding a fairly large lead. They're doing a good job killing SWAT, getting the kill there, and they're kind of huddled up here, both trying to play their life at the same time.
I mean, yeah, like you mentioned, it's a 36-point lead, so in paper it might not be that much. But now that you mention it, they are actually trying to get a hold of the ball more and more oftenly. eDivided, of course, angry after losing that first round. They're looking to just finish this up perfectly. They haven't left First Minion grab the ball like at all. And I think that's a really nice approach they are doing. Once they have the ball, they are playing really defensively. And of course, if they know that they are like about to get overturned, like overwhelmed, that's the word I was trying to get. Of course, they start to rotate, and we're seeing right here, we're seeing that just a nice positioning here on PD, trying to hold both flanks here by Arcade and by Cafe here on. But of course, it all depends on how this will go down. As we can see,
Or go down for the side of First Minion, and that's gonna, you know, that little bit of time they got is, you know, could pile up here if they're not able to push through. But they are making a quick push. But X-Momer goes down to the Bulldog. A little bit of Bulldog control here on A is really, you know, he's slaying out. He's getting a few kills here, and Colin Swat's doing a great job, you know, of just delaying anybody that's trying to push in and just really taking them all out.
absolutely,
And, yeah.
those kills with the shotgun are huge for his teams, so that way, well, he's able to move and, of course, take more time off the ball. We see here that that was a nice back smack. There's goes the double, maybe a triple. Ooh, that was a
Ooh.
close. But that was a nice killing spree from Killing Swad. As they're ready to just seal the deal completely on this second round of Oddball. It's only a 10 second game, so honestly, it seems that we are going to round 3.
It does, and they're not, they're trying to make the push, but they haven't, haven't been able to break this setup at all. Like the setup for this round was just really good. They were able to, hold the shotgun, hold the bulldog. They withstood some of the rockets, and it's going to be interesting to see who wins this round because that was a lot of momentum that went toward the sides of eDivided here, and it's going to be key to see who gets the rockets here off the break and see if they can get the first setup of the game.
Absolutely, that setup that you mentioned was just terrific. It seems that eDivided just managed to get something that could work against First Minion, and it was difficult for First Minion to break that setup, like you mentioned. And now Killing Sweat just coming strong with the rockets with that double kill. Of course, these 2 kills are going to be huge, since that will mean 2 teammates from the First Minion team are going to be down. And here's the ball now back in control of eDivided, and this might be yet another strong setup from these guys.
Yeah, and you just look at the Slays category, you got Mr. Psychosis and Killing SWAT really are just popping off with 21 kills and 20 kills each. They're leading the lobby, they're pacing the lobby. And, it's not a huge, Slay lead, but, it's a slight Slay lead, and it's it's enabled them. He gets a little sneaky. Thurman Merman getting sneaky here at the benches. He does eventually get taken out. Ball is sitting on the ground right now, so no one is really racking up any time. And, no setup is made. It's a 2v2 right now. It's 2 down for each side. Great double kill by Mr. Psychosis. But he's getting caught out there. He didn't notice him on the B stairs. He almost turned on him, but he takes him out. And now, the ball gets taken, but it got reset, I believe.
Yeah, and it's here like the time where teamwork starts to shine. Like there's like 3 minutes still on the clock, and they have the ball like all the way up there. So they might be able to pull a cheeky setup here, or maybe just wait for the ball to restart, so that way they can reposition themselves accordingly. But we're seeing that the First Minion is just trying to go for the kills. Of course, the rockets are about to spawn, so that will mean a strong lead for whoever managed to grab it. It's going to be really, really difficult, and the ball is just in the hands of Skull. Him and Killing Sweat has just been taken down. So. Oh, nice rocket there. But it's going to be quite difficult to see if they are able to maintain the ball, or maybe we'll see seeing a change of momentum.
Yeah, I mean, they were not able to play the ball out of the subway area, so it does give, a slight setup since 3 of the teammates on the side of eDivided went down. Thurman Merman's making a push here, but he's got to reload, and he does get 1 kill, but playing his life really well. See, and that's what I was talking about before. He was a distraction. He dealt some damage. Then his teammate came in and just kind of cleaned up the kills and helped him, finish those kills out. Now, they get 10, 15 more seconds in here. It's starting to get to that point where, the other team is really going to have to start pressing. But he does kind of play it out towards the side of First Minion. 2 of his teammates go down, and, the ball is getting rotated to PD, and the spawners are all spawning on purple.
Yeah, now it's a great time for First Minion to start making some points, and of course some damage. But we've been seeing it. Mr. Psychosis has almost 30 kills, so he's been coming in really, really strong here. It's going to be quite difficult. Of course, Skull has been the designated school holder, as we can see by the objective point, 171. So it's going to be quite the role.
Yeah, he's playing his role well, and if you look at it, there's not a huge Slay difference between either of these teams. I know that Mr. Psychosis has 28, but you look at the other side, you got 21 for J Juicy, 24 for Megatron, and 20 for DC Mike. And you got Thurman Merman with 22 and Killing SWAT with 23. It's very, very even in the Slay category, but and the skull time right now, it's starting to go in the side of eDivided, and it does look like that momentum was kind of gained, as that's a huge double kill from Killing SWAT to take down those 2, and it's going to allow his team to get the ball and get more time on the board and extend their lead.
Oh yeah, that lead extending will do miracles, will do wonders for his team, as they're just basically approaching the end of the first game. Yet, I think there's they will be able to surprise us like we saw in the first game. The first game was really close. We just a matter of who can steal the fastest, and the second was just it was really one-sided. But now it's
Big double by Smegatron, and he gets the
a triple.
triple. What a play. He comes in on the flank, catches them all by surprise, and now he's got his team set up as he takes 3 of the teammates down. He's going to pass the ball off because he's got that stalker rifle, and he's looking to go slay some more people. As they've gained a little bit control of the sandbox here, X-Momer does get taken down, and Mr. Psychosis picks up that Bulldog, and they're going to need to make a little bit of run in here. Be patient, right? You don't want to go in one by one and just, donate kills and not have a coordinated push. So it's a very smart move by Mr. Psychosis. He's not just pushing in by himself. He's waiting for his teammates to get at angles to attack, and solid amount of time being put on the board here by the side of First Minion.
Yeah, right. Right now, eDivided has been getting some pretty nice kills, and of course, First Minion. But the thing is that we are just closing in on that 100-second mark, and it seems that eDivided will be the ones that will take this first game, really close one. But at the end of the day, they shined more, especially through those setups, like you mentioned. Those setups were terrific, and it worked wonders for them.
Well, and they got that
See how these teams, and of course this individual person from each team perform. We already see that Psychosis was absolutely a beast. And how much did he get? Almost 30, 35, 30
He
something?
had 34 kills, yeah. So
34
he's already putting in damage right where he left off putting in damage in the last game, as they kind of got the side of First Minion pinned down in their generator, or some people like to call it utility. Very slowly, teams kind of filling each other out. No real big pushes. Oh, he goes for the back smack, but he was a little bit far away for that. But they're able to take him out, and I'm not sure who got control of the invis or if it was burned. I didn't really see. We haven't really seen who got any control of that, or if it was just straight up burned. I'm gonna have to assume it was probably burned by this point in the game. But that will be like one of the few power-ups on the map are the invis, the shock nades, and the heat waves. So those control of those weapons and that power-up are going to be important to see who wins the game. Probably the team that controls those will probably be the team that comes out victorious.
Oh, absolutely. It's common knowledge that once you control not all, but most of the power weapons and power items, well, of course, you're going to be having some kind of upper hand. And yet, it doesn't matter that much if you're able to counterattack them correctly. Like if you're able to have a good eye, of course, you can spot the camo guy really easily. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for this team since it's a Slayer, it's a fast-paced game. We're already 10-7, so I think it's one of the things to have to look for is of course the camo, and of course, like you mentioned, the heat wave, because those two are like key for this map, especially in Slayer. I think the camo and the heat wave combo is G8, so I don't know if that's how it work here.
I don't think it's G8 in our league here in the HRL. So you may see, it is a deadly combo. No one's really been able to wrestle control of the invisible. Both times it's kind of gone down immediately. This heat wave control is doing a great job by killing SWAT to just stay away from what I believe was DC Mike, who has the heat wave. He was able to get out of that scenario from that close range weapon and just, not go down. And that's, it's a big thing. But it's 13-10. And, now it's 13-11. It's only a 2-point game. And the side of eDivided really started out hot and had like a sizable lead of 9-4. And that's kind of been erased at this point.
Yeah, like there's something I always like thinking when I'm analyzing these type of games. And it's that sometimes both teams start, or one of the teams start really aggressively, and they're just like tire themselves on the first couple of kills, most likely on the first 15 to 20 kills. So when it's time to retake at the end of the game, well, there's not much energy to be able to do that. Of course, we're seeing here, like it's a really, really evenly matched game, 16 to 15, so 15 so far. So nothing is granted for anyone yet. So of course, everything can happen as a Psychosis will get taken down, but will make huge damage for those two teammates from First Minion.
Yeah, he did a good job. You know, he did lose his life, and he didn't get any kills, but he put a ton of damage in, which is allowing his teammates to come in and clean it up. I was going to, just comment on, I thought that it was great to see, that the side of First Minion had kind of linked up and had all four on that P side of the map, but, the side of eDivided was able to get some kills, and, it's still a close game, but they were able to wipe them out without losing too many lives themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really, I need to point this out, but every single time that First Minion tries to like get on the lead, they get shut down really quickly by eDivided. Like these guys are just straight up trying to get racking as much kills as possible. And even though First Minion is really, really close, they are not giving anyone the chances to like recover and maybe take the lead. This whole game has been a lead for eDivided, so I think, look, it's okay, commentators curse. Now it's First Minion is on the lead, so
but a big double kill, but Thurman Merman does go down, and this is the first lead, I believe, that we've had for the side of First Minion yet in this game at 24-23. And both teams back and forth slaying. No one's really controlled any of the power-ups to any effect that's really, substantiated any sizable lead so far in this game. But a triple kill by DC Mike, using those shock nades effectively, and it's still only a 27-26 lead after that triple kill. So the side of eDivided was able to get some picks on the other players on the team, even though all three of them got taken out.
Absolutely, that was a really nice triple from DC Mike. But of course, at the same time, eDivided just doesn't care. It says, "Oh, nice triple," but here's your teammates dying. So Camo will be up in 15 seconds. So it's going to be a dire situation to see who will be able to get it first. 27 to 27, 6 minutes remaining, and it's who gets the most intelligent pick in this map at this point.
It's interesting to see, like, Mr. Psychosis, top of the slate board, first game, I don't want to say he's having a bad game. He has 7 assists, which is huge, but the Slay category is much lower than what he did in the first round. Now, obviously, in Slayer, it's easier. Oddball, you're going to have a lot of Slays, but, he was the top fragger in the game last time, and now it is killing SWAT, who was probably the second best fragger. And Viz, he's getting information for his team. Thurman Merman coming in. Hopefully he can use this effectively. They do know where he is. He should have been called out, but he's able to sneak away, and his invis does expire. And they do grab a lead off that invis, though. He was able to get in there. He got a flank, got a pick, and the rest of his team picked off the other 2 players.
Absolutely, that was a really, really nice lead that he managed to take with that camo. And of course, we can see that all of eDivided is just holding themselves off and spawn. They now are wanting to make First Minion play to their pace, or maybe that's what they're trying to do. The Psychic coming in strong here, but of course,
Down SWAT by himself. He's doing a great job of playing his life. He gets a kill. Will he get the double? Oh no, he didn't. He got the double kill when he was Abso. Played his life to perfection and baited them in and took them both out. Playing a great game right here with 18 kills and only 4 deaths. He's kind of taken over the game for his team here, and they've extended to a 5-kill lead at this point, or 6-kill lead to make that 7. And that first team to 40, this is where the game gets a little bit more interesting. Maybe the other team starts slow playing a little bit, even though they seem to continually be pushing. This next invis could be critical for the side of First Minion if they're going to be able to get back in this game.
Yeah, like you mentioned, these are now key moments for both teams. For eDivided, it means they are ready to close off this game number 2, but for First Minion means that they might be able to finish. Oh, what a nice nade right there. from Scully's. But of course, like I said, it's going to take a little bit more than that. Probably eDivided will change the pace of the game and will make a First Minion make them search for them as they are now in the lead. And of course, we're talking about a 6-kill game here. Everything can happen. The comms, of course, are going to be on point. It gets spotted and tries to go for a kill, but it's going to be really quicker on the trigger there. And of course, it's going to be, just like I said, it's just a 6-kill game for eDivided, but First Minion is just holding in close.
And that invis is going to be huge, because, you know, we got a killing frenzy here, and he's got the invis. They know he's there somewhere, playing a little bit of ring around the rosy right now, and they're kind of locked. All 4 of them in their base. Well, not their base, their fridge. And, you know, it's only a 4-kill game. If he can use this, you know, invis effectively, that could close out the game, but they are able to waste his invis with him only getting 1 kill. They're pushing him out, 2 push. That's a good, smart move. He's still playing his life magically. He's on a killing frenzy. Finally, they end it. Kill and SWAT does go down. And we have a 2-kill lead. 1-kill lead for the side of eDivided.
Yeah, this is now turned into a nail-eating game. We're now 45-45, so anyone with the first approach, and of course the most tactical one, can be the first one to take the game. Of course, now both teams are taking those defensive maneuvers, and of course not trying to go to overextend themselves, because it would mean that there will be a lot of danger situations here. But 45-45, 2 minutes on the clock remaining. I don't think a lot and that much can be useful here, as Thurman gets the kill, and of course that puts eDivided on the lead. But for how long will they be able to get this lead, or will they be able to get robbed yet again like we saw in the first game? We see a really strong push from eDivided, as we see that they are not letting anyone go this easily. The intel is being forwarded to their teammates, and of course it's just a 2-kill game.
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job pulling it all the way back to be tied at 45 all. But, you know, the side of eDivided has come in, and they're gonna confirm that win, 50-47. Good comeback by the side.
It looked ruthless and completely powerful in almost every situation. So at this point, it's just a guessing game if First Minion will be able to maybe capitalize on that momentum that they gain.
Yeah, and you know, we get a double kill here from I believe that was ex-MoMA and or Momer, and he, you know, we haven't had anybody get B. They're kind of playing for the power weapons like we thought they would. You know, the sniper rifle has gone to the side of First Minion, and he gets that key snipe, which is going to allow his teammate to get the overshield. So, you know, control of the main 2 power-ups and control of B and C, that's huge, you know, because they just popped the overshield. They're going to be able to probably get some kills with that if it doesn't get taken out, and it'll be interesting to see. You know, that's going to put some solid time on the board probably, because they're going to be able to defend this B and attack A with this overshield, even though it's almost all gone.
Well, it is now gone, and now that overshield lead is now practically gone, but the sniper is still coming in strong. We have a triple cap here for First Minion, but of course eDivided will not let themselves go that easily, as they have retaken C. Yet it's a really tough situation here, as eDivided hasn't been able to make so far any points, and now with this double cap, it's now on the to-do list to see if we will able to see something changing inside the team, because right now we're seeing that they are a little bit struggling here getting those kills and of course those sides. So it will be really nice to see if they're able to regain the lead, or maybe they were able to First Minion will be able to just completely sweep out this third game.
Yeah, this overshield that's coming up in about 5 seconds is going to be key to see what team gets that, because the team that gets that is probably, you know, going to be able to either solidify what they're holding currently. A DC Mike's the one that's going to pick it up, so he's going on the prowl with the heat wave and the overshield. He's looking for somebody to take out, and he's on the hunt for him, and he's going to find him in the B area. Oh, he had the repulsor, but he didn't get it off. DC Mike was in dangerous territory there. That would have been tragic if he had gotten repulsed off with that much overshield and the heat wave in hand. But he's able to take down his opponent. He's putting pressure on sandbags. they take 2 down, even though the side of A was confirmed to E United or E divided. Sorry, and we're on. DC Mike's looking for the trip cap.
Yeah, he's looking for that trip cap, gets the kill on Psychosis, and of course the triple cap is on the table. You can see that they are trying to defend that C side, and they're doing it pretty well. Just one remaining on the side is going to get taken down. It's a triple cap for First Minion. It seems that they all just needed was a couple of objective-based game types to really shine as a team. Ace, of course, is going to go for eDivided here, but still the advantage, we're talking about a 40-point advantage is going for First Minion, as the combo from the plasma pistol, of course, going to do huge damage on Psychosis. A teammate there will get the kill. Nate making there a huge difference maker and a nice double for killing SWAT. Probably now being able to finally wake up, because it's been a really tough start of the game, but for now that double cap is going to allow them to shrink that advantage that First Minion has.
Yeah, so I mean, First Minion's done a great job. They've been using the combo a lot, which I wondered if we would start seeing that. You know, it's a little bit more, you know, some pros think it's OP, and maybe it is, but you know, it is not G8 as of this moment. So I was interested to see if teams would start using it, because in week 1 I didn't see too much usage of it in the games we casted in week 1, but we're starting to see some usage of it here, and it's really kind of, you know, it's helping his team, you know, get a double cap, and they're going to probably converge on B, where the whole side of eDivided is at, and it's going to be key if they can get the picks here. They could get another trip cap and really extend their lead out.
Yeah, like First Minion has been capitalizing a lot of triple caps, and that's what's been allowing them to have like this much of an advantage against eDivided, and it's something that we haven't been able to see from this team so far. That it seemed at first like they were all over the place, but now they are just really their feet on the ground. They're trying, and they are getting some nice kills. Yet at the same time, of course, eDivided is making some really nice plays. But when it comes to that stronghold department, well, they're struggling a little bit, since it seems that the defense from First Minion is really superior to what they expected.
Yeah, and maybe, you know, sometimes, you know, maybe you just got off to a slow start. You had a, you know, both games were really close, could have gone either way. And maybe this is just, you know, maybe this is First Minion's map. Oh, he does repulse him, but he does not go off the map. That's a huge play for him to stay on the map, as they do end up taking out J Juicy. They're still putting time on the board. This is going to be a big kill. Thurman Merman can get it. It's a big battle. Thurman Merman does go down, while his team is taking B, though. You know, he was doing a good job distracting. He didn't end up getting the kill, but he paid long enough of distraction for his team to confirm B, and now they're starting to get some slays and put some time on the board themselves.
Ooh, a little bit of a whiff right there, but of course their teammates are on the rescue. Well, not that much, as Megatron will just wiped out the entire B point, and of course he's going to get captured as well. That's a triple cap, but it's not going to be for long, as eDivided is going to be taking A real quickly. But so far we're talking about approximately like a 70 to 60 plus point advantage. So it's going to be a really hot minute until eDivided is able to come back from this. We might be seeing a map number 4, if I'm being completely honest at this point.
Yeah, the triple caps. They seem to get the triple caps, and even when, you know, eDivided manages to get 2, it seems like they get the slays that are necessary, you know, just to wrestle control back in their favor. And they're doing a great job, you know, in the slays department. You look at Megatron's got 14, DC Mike's got 11. You know, they're really kind of pacing the kills. They got a little bit of a slay advantage here, is, you know, Killing SWAT has 13, but, you know, the rest of his team is a little bit further behind him in that category.
Side, and of course A side is going to get captured by eDivided. Now the question here is, will they be able to hold it, or will, let's say, First Minion be able to just straight up reclaim those 2 sides? I think it's a pretty safe bet for eDivided to go for A and B side, since they've been constantly trying to go maybe for a C approach or maybe a B, but no, they seem very comfortable with A and B, and so far it seems that it's working. I mean, if they're able to defend it, they might as well just try to capitalize on it, because let's be real here. If you think that you are able to, if you get greedy, that's what I wanted to say. If you get greedy trying to go for a triple cap, well, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to be able to get those points that you need, because let's say that eDivided has A and B and tries to go for C, they might as well lose B or A even in that exchange. So I think it's really intelligent for them to just trying to fight for A and B, as they are not over pushing this disadvantage, and at the same time they are not trying to get themselves a corner or kill.
Yeah, and you know, right here, we've passed the 200 mark now, and they got the overshield in their hand, First Minion, and they're about to put another trip cap on the board. And they've sort of just controlled the entire pace of this game. You know, they've controlled the overshield, they've controlled the sniper, and their rotations have been good. Like every time it looks like, you know, eDivided is going to get A or C, they kind of rotate to the other one and take the other one back. So, you know, you can't really just trade A and C back when you're losing in the game. You really need to be able to get to B and, you know, have one, you know, an A, B, or, you know, a C, B hold, because those are the more effective holds. It's really hard to hold A and C at the same time and make any progress. And we're starting to see that as Mr. Psychosis comes in. He does take one down, but goes down himself. And, you know, we're only about 15 points away from First Minion sending us to a game 4.
Yeah, right here, it seems that First Minion has made really nice progress in their communication as a team. And it is showing, right? They are just now 2 points away from scoring and taking us to a 4th map. But for now, eDivided is trying just way too hard at trying to get those points, and they just seem all over the map. There hasn't been like any nice approach for them, and that's going to be. Sorry about that. And I'm really eager to see just how these teams will adapt, especially eDivided, since we see that they're trying to go for the overshield. Of course, they might be able to look for advantage, but we're now seeing that DC might will take down the first blood, and it will be Skullhaze. That overshield is going to be a little bit of a trouble, as well. It seems that First Minion is going to start really aggressive here and try to go straight up for the first capture. Of course, Bomber is trying to get as much kills as possible, but that overshield would run out right as he's able to get the last kill, the last necessary kill to start the flag run. But of course, now we're just gonna reset positions and see who is able to get the best approach.
Yeah, that overshield, you know, they gained a little bit of control of the map, but, you know, he didn't have his teammates there to help support him when he put the damage in and got the pick. So, you know, we kind of reset to equal as DC Mike gets a kill. And while they're getting kills in the other base, we got a flag runner on the side of eDivided. And DC Mike's in a little bit of a precarious situation. He's trying to play his life as his teammate has also pulled the flag. And it's going to be interesting to see which way both these teams pull and run the flag. It looks like Gold side is going to be the side that, you know, eDivided or First Minion choose, and eDivided is going through top mid. And that's a great play by Mr. Psychosis. He got it all the way across by himself. He didn't really have any assistance on his flag run. He was the only one on that side of the map, while the rest of his team was trying to delay the flag run of First Minion.
This might be the first capture. Both flags are... Oh, never mind. Psychosis managed to grab the flag by the last moment, and this might be... Yes, it is. It's the first capture. It's going to go for the team of eDivided as Psychosis makes the run of his career and gets a nice capture here. Of course, there's still more to see, as there are either 4 caps remaining or the time runs out.
Yeah, and I would have said, you know, it was a better start for the side of First Minion. They got the first overshield. They were the first ones to get in and get inside of the other team's base. It kind of looked like the entire squad of eDivided was kind of locked in their base, but little did we know, Mr. Sneaky, Mr. Psychosis, was over there pulling a flag, and he was able to get the flag there, and he was the one that was able to get it at the last second before it was, you know, returned. And it has his team in lead as Jay Juicy and the rest of his squad are trying to push forward and clear out their base at the same time as X-Momer is making a flag run here for the side of First Minion.
Yeah, right here, this might be a huge flag from First Minion, as they are usually really aggressive there. DC Mike, of course, is on the quick approach. The flag, the First Minion flag, will be back in their base, in their home, and that's going to be a cap for First Minion. Now we're tied 1-1.
Yeah, and very good run, you know, back and forth, but we shouldn't expect anything less, right? I mean, the first 3 games have been competitive. The first 2 games were really close, you know, so I kind of expect that that's what we're going to see, and, you know, we're always rooting for a game 5 here as the casters, right? We love to see the competition. We love to see how people react when the pressure's on, and it's, you know, it's entertaining for our viewers too, so we're rooting for that, but, you know, no matter what, they've given us a good show tonight, as both teams seem to be very evenly matched.
Yeah, and it's really nice coming from those first 2 games where basically eDivided managed to pull ahead barely. But now it seems that now with we switching these game types, it's going to be a little bit of a trouble for them to be able to get accustomed to this new First Minion that just like Phoenix, it just came out of nowhere, you know. So this was obviously a great surprise, as we might be able to see a game number 5. Of course,
Yeah.
granted, everything can go on. There's still 7 minutes on the clock remaining, and another capture has been made. So, like I mentioned, and everything can happen, everything can change. And of course,
Yeah.
it seems that they are going for the flag run here. Uh, the team of eDivided.
Yeah, and, you know, Killen SWAT said, I don't want to go to game 5. I got this overshield. I'm going in there. I'm going to clean out that base, and I'm going to assist my teammate in running this flag. As the overextenders are going to come through, we are looking at Smegatron, who is making a sneaky move around the back. It's a little too late. He does get the back smack, does get the double. He's going to have to get a counter cap going on the motion. He's using the sandbox to help him do this, as he's on the move, and we may have a counter cap here and be all tied up in a couple of seconds if they're not able to get the slays here. Mr. Psychosis gets taken down after missing a couple of back smack attempts, and we're a tie game. That was a great cheeky move by Smegatron to use the sandbox to his advantage.
I mean, that was a really nice game. That play for both teams. We're now tied yet again, like you mentioned, 2-2 so far. 6 minutes on the clock remaining, and these both teams are just trying so hard to go for that win. Of course, eDivided wants to finish this off. Maybe not clean with a 3-0, but at the same time, First Minion wants to maybe make this a reverse 3-0, a reverse sweep. So it will be really interesting to see if these both teams are able to one, eDivided being able to shut down any momentum that First Minion is having, or B, First Minion is just straight up having like the most clutch moment of the night, and of course taking this at 3-2 for their team. So I'm just really excited to see what comes out of this.
Yeah, and I didn't see who got an overshield there. I don't know if it was burned, but, you know, if somebody was able to get it, you know, that would be huge, and, you know, would put the momentum in their favor. But it doesn't appear that anybody does have the overshield, so I have to assume that it fell off the map or got burned. As, you know, the side of First Minion is making a push here. They're trying to take Kill and SWAT out. They are in the base of eDivided, and they're trying to make a flag pull. They haven't cleaned out the whole base, though, even though he is grabbing the flag. And we'll see how long. This doesn't look like he's going to be effective with flag runs yet, but he does have the cavalry coming in to try and help him out. A lot of key plays here, and the key trade by Mr. Psychosis that will probably end all hope of this flag run, you know, going any further than it did.
The flag is going to be returned, and now it's time for eDivided to take and make the run of their lives with that flag. But a third man gets skewered right into oblivion right there. Nice shot from Megatron, but still, the flag is outside of their home. So, oh my goodness gracious, what a nice, maybe go for a double, of course, it's going to be a great double killing spree, but unfortunately he will get taken down by those nades. The entire team of eDivided is gone, and now, of course, First Minion is going to go for the quick run, and they might be able to get it.
Yeah, as we got Skulls going in there, he's going in and picking it up. He's just throwing it down. So allowing his teammates to get in there, get some slays and maybe get this, it's definitely, put the brakes on this flag run. It'll be interesting to see if anybody got the overshield, but Skulls with a great kill. He's going to help his teammate, and they're going to return their flag here. And now, it's back to where it was. Jay Juicy did get the overshield, got the double kill with the double beat down, but Thurman Merman is still running that flag.
They are making the wrong for it right now. We're seeing that Killing SWAT is trying to take some assisting his teammates with some nades here. So as Thurman will be almost fell down on the map, but he will be able maybe to see it. Yes, the flag is stolen from the side.
Well, that's a little weird there. I thought that they had fixed desync, but we're never so sure.
Welcome to Halo Infinite.
Yeah, so we got one run going, and Thurman Merman's in the base. He's going to make a pull. He's got to hope that the rest of his team gets there because the cavalry is coming for the side of First Minion, and we are at 2-2. This looks like it could be a flag cap, and it is a flag cap, and a 3-2 lead with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left on the clock.
First Minion might be able to change his approach and now go straight to the defensively. There's 2 minutes on the clock remaining, so they might be opting to take us to game number 5. Of course, they even betting to one defensively approach. They might be able to break some places here and there. Of course, not counting eDivided out just yet. But at this time, it seems a little bit difficult since, well, you can see it right there on the map. They're not trying to go for yet another capture. On the other hand, they're trying just really quickly. That's a nice back smack. They're trying really quickly to get the defense position ready. Of course, that's going to be a flag run right here. By the Skull, he runs into a teammate from First Minion. Of course, nothing much is going to happen. He's going to sprint. And he's gonna try to go to the other side, safe and sound. This might be a cap.
It might be a cap. He's getting some slays in from his teammates.
Yeah,
kind of a little bit of a fumble on the run, but Killing SWAT came in and he's gonna keep it as the overextenders are trying to get into the base. I don't know if they're gonna get there in time. They do have some good defensive position and putting pressure. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. They did get a flag pull, and that could be decisive. Yes, Megatron's trying to do the kills, but Mr. Psychosis, I believe, had the overshield there for the moment, and it's looking like they're going to get a flag cap, and we got a tie game 3-all with 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah, with 1 minute remaining, they put themselves back on the scoreboard with just the flag that they needed. 3-3 so far, and of course it's going to be really difficult. If time runs out, we'll be going into overtime. That means if one gets at least one capture, then it is game, but I'm honestly waiting to see if a First Minion will be able to, bring this around and take us to a game number 5, or maybe, like I mentioned, eDivided might be able to just straight up shut down any momentum that the First Minion is currently having. Get surprised right there, and of course the flag is going to be returned real quickly, and this might be a game.
Seeing a cap. Might be a game confirming cap. He is still walking it. He might be even more advised to run and juggle that flag. As to get in there quicker, he's still going to get it as his teammates are able to, stave off the overextenders that were trying to prevent that flag cap. And at 4-3, it's looking really likely with 5 seconds that we're going to a game 5.
Yeah, they just completely stole last second. This is the game number 4, and ladies and gentlemen, our first game 5 of the night.
On hand is overshield is about to be out. He's got that lined up, but he just misses the snipe there. I don't think that this player on tower knew where the snipes were coming from, but he's able to play his life. He's got the shots on, and now he's kind of suppressed him here at Nest, and the comms have come in, and that's when he gets taken out. The comms came from the guy in top tower, and they were able to take out the sniper and alleviate that pressure.
Absolutely, like you mentioned, those that overshoot could have been huge, but we're seeing that it's going to be quite the evenly matched game, as both of these teams are just trying their hardest not to overextend their hitboxes, but at the same time, not trying to go like next level when it comes to taking cover or maybe trying to retreat. They're playing really safe, especially the eDivided team. They're trying not to make the mistakes they're trying to resolve in this game, because that have already cost them these two last games. So I think they don't wouldn't like to get switched and of course reverse swift here in this first opening match.
Yeah, everything's kind of been, a little bit slower paced. No one wants to make that big mistake that costs their team a win. What a snipe. Big snipe by Skull on top tower. He does get taken down. We got a pretty close game. It's 13-10 on the side of First Minion. Kind of come to a slow, and there he comes. The combo is being used, and like on live fire strongholds, I haven't really seen the combo used by the side of eDivided, but the side of First Minion has no shame, and they are using it, and they're using it effectively to get some kills with it. Team shots come in here. Nice repulse. The repulse doesn't get him the kill, but it does get his teammate the kill. As we're back and forth, 17-14, still a 4-point lead for the side of First Minion.
Absolutely
Things kind of slow
amazing.
down again, right? It kind of picks up, pace picks up, and then it kind of slows back down. That's kind of been the rhythm of the game so far.
Absolutely, it seems that First Minion likes to bring in this fifth game to a crawl, especially with the amount of pressure that these guys are on. I mean, they are making a comeback, a reverse sweep, if you call it like that. Oh, that was a nice kill right there from Megatron. Of
And
course.
this next overshield is going to be big, right? They're there a little early, but they do have the sniper rifle. They kind of have them pushed back. They're kind of trying to avoid getting sniped, but this is a great team push here by the side of eDivided. They got a flanker from C as well, and this looks like the overshield is going to go in their favor unless somebody can come in there and get it from the side of First Minion. They're not there in time, and the overshield is going to Skulls with the sniper rifle. He hasn't popped it yet. He's playing it smart. He wants to use it as long as he can. And he hasn't. I hope he knows there's somebody behind him on that tower, and he does not. And he didn't pop the overshield, and that's huge. He gives the overshield and the sniper to Momer. His teammate is there. He gets repulsed, and that could be game changing right there. You had the overshield. You did the smart thing by not popping it right away, but you were unaware of the flank coming in from behind, and we got a 24-19 lead. Whereas overshield and sniper would have been huge to have, and it probably would be maybe a tie game if he had been able to pop that and not giving it to the other team.
Absolutely, that was a key. That overshoot was key, but of course mistakes happen, mistakes are made. But for now, they're trying to get this knife, trying to go for the kill. Of course, his teammate goes for the kill, really nice there. And of course, we're now seeing a First Minion really strong. Really in the zone, if you can call it like that, because we're talking about that 8-kill lead. Usually we were seeing that eDivided were the ones that were constantly on the lead, but now it seems that the tables have turned completely 1080 degrees, completely 180 actually. Oops.
Well,
But
part of the
still,
problem is that or not the problem it's not a problem for First Minion. They've controlled the overshield, they've controlled the sniper, and they've controlled the heat wave. He passes it off to a teammate. He had both of them, and his teammate didn't actually end up picking it up. Now he picks it up, but he does take a nade. Does not take him out. The pace is slowing down again. They got a 7-kill lead. They don't want to give any of these weapons back over. Megatron is just hitting the snipes right now. He's hitting the snipes big time with a double kill. That's going to enable them to get the overshield again, and this is a 9-point lead. And we're going to make that 10. They have really extended the lead out. They have the overshield and a 10-point lead. I'm going to say it's going to be pretty hard to come back from this unless they play perfect Halo, as now we have opened up to an 11-point lead. Thurman Merman doing a great job with his teammate to drain this overshield. They haven't taken down the player yet, Jay Jay Juicy does eventually go down there, and you know the momentum has been clawed for the moment, but it is the damage may have been done as it's a 12-point lead, and Thurman, Merman, and the rest of eDivided are on the run right now.
Absolutely, it seems like on the first game that First Minion won, they stick a knife inside eUnited's body, and right here as we're seeing this 10-kill advantage, it seems that they're just twisting it inside and making more damage. Completely not disrespecting the opponent. I mean, it's a 14 kill now, so First Minion might be securing the win right here.
Now,
Of course, like you mentioned, eDivided has to play impeccable Halo, if I do say so myself, so they are able to catch up. But with that 15 kill lead from First Minion, I think it's pretty difficult to achieve that.
It's going to be difficult, especially now that they're approaching that 40 kill mark. They just need, I mean, they could trade 1 for 2 almost and still win this game at this point. So it's, you know, trades are not going to be, you can't get trades. You can't allow them to have any more power weapon control. But, you know, it's just, you know, it goes back to that one point. He could have popped the overshield. He needed to be a little bit aware in that tower. The kill, it was a 3-kill lead. They were down by 3. He gave the overshield and a full overshield and a sniper rifle to that side, and they have not looked back since that moment. That moment was the turning point of the game. They got the overshield again. They're up 14. It looks like the side of eDivided is just being so passive, hiding in the bases together, not really being aggressive and pushing out and controlling the angles. You know, if you don't have angles, you have no space on the map. The space is being taken away. It's going to be hard for you to get any kills. It's going to be hard for you to get the, you know, power-ups, and we're at 46-29, and, you know, I don't like to see it this way. The writing's kind of on the wall here as the killing spree comes in for DC Mike. And Smegatron doing a great job pacing the lobby with 15 kills. He's really turned his game on here in the last game. Big kill by Jay Juicy. 49. They need 1 kill here. He hasn't gotten it yet. He might go down with nading himself there. Probably not going to end up mattering. This is 49-30. We'll see if they can avoid the stake. At 49-30, they need 1 more kill to do that. You know, pretty disheartening, I'd have to say, if I was on the side of eDivided, who had a 2-0 lead. And it seems to be, you know, the tables were flipped, and we're going to have a reverse sweep at some point.
Absolutely. Not there we go. That's going to be a game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. First Minion with the